Are we live?
I think we are.
Oh, you didn't do the open.
I know. I decided that.
Oh my gosh, I was just about to type to everyone, hey guys, and then we'll be on shortly, and then you just popped us up.
Well, because I didn't do the open because of the game.
Because of the game?
Yeah, because we're late.
Oh yeah, we are late.
We wanted to make sure the game was over.
We wanted to watch the game.
What's
and
up, James?
Spoiler alert, if you guys...
And some people say, who cares? Who cares who wins the Super Bowl we're talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean... All I know is I'm not rooting for the Rams, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So go Bengals, even though I don't care for the Bengals either. Right?
Well, you know what? Whatever.
What a time to be in Cincinnati, Gabriel says. Yes, what a time.
The Bengals.
The Bengals.
Oh, no, or as you call them.
As I call them, the Bengals.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't even have our light on.
Oh, I know, isn't that great?
Let me go turn it on.
No, leave it like it is.
Really? I was wondering why my forehead looked so shiny.
You want to turn it on? Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
We were waiting for the game to end, and now we're here. And as you notice, I got a new job.
He's got a new job.
I am chicken security.
Security of chicken.
And my job is to watch the chicken and make sure that no one eats it before they pay for it. Actually, show them where the shirt came from.
I have the same shirt too, and this is what the back looks like.
They got mad at me a little bit because I was like, okay, someone's going to take this shirt and add SHIT to it, right? It's going to be like, it'll be altered.
Oh, someone came on here and said Rams, baby.
Hey, well, that dude really fired him up, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He fired him up.
Number 99.
So welcome. First of all, if you're here, this is Millennial Boom. I'm a millennial. She's a boomer. And if you're new here, we do this every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
We're late today because...
We're watching the 49ers
No, wait. Not we.
You were watching as well.
I was supporting...
We watched football all day. We watched the Chiefs and Bengals this afternoon.
Right.
So today was like a football day for us.
Because my team is nowhere near.
Yeah, your team lost against the... Did you guys lose?
They lost a long time ago.
You guys lost against the Bengals,
Doesn't matter who they lost to. They lost.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, so yes, we are back now. Or not back, but we're on. Game's over.
Literally.
I have to say, though, I'm pretty shocked. 49ers fans came through. That stadium was looking a good mixture of red and blue. It wasn't just all blue. Like, you know how the Chiefs and the Bengals, a lot of it was like majority red, and you see a little bit of orange in there. Like, at SoFi Stadium, it was a great mixture of red and blue. So,
I wish I could have caught video of her reaction when things didn't go the way they were planned.
I went like this and said...
Let's just say the couch almost got broke like 3 times.
Not even.
Yeah.
But I did go like this and say, oh, okay, I still got it.
She said, I still got a pulse.
My pulse is still there. Okay.
And I was like, well, if you're saying I still got a pulse, there's a pretty good chance you still have a pulse.
I was just being dramatic.
Yeah. Hello, Maria. Hello from Sudan.
Hi, Maria.
Abu Baker Alman Yusuf. Thank you. From Sudan. You know where that is, right?
Oh, nice. Sudan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
It's in Africa.
All right. Just checking. You was about to say, yeah, I didn't go, where?
No, I wasn't. I know where Sudan is.
Okay.
Do you know what part of Africa it's in, though?
The hot part.
Geographically?
No, I couldn't tell you right off the top of my head.
Okay. I couldn't tell you either.
All right. Do either of you know black journalist named Carmen Blackwell? Yes, I know her.
Yes, we do.
Very well.
She lives in Texas now.
She used to be a member of Arizona NABJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, we do know her. Hello, Corey from Canada. Yes. It's a funny thing about Canada. Canada was a veil of secrecy until COVID-19. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing all this video from Canada. And I'm going, I thought Canada was like legit, like quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, they far from quiet.
Oh, guess she moved to Texas then. Gabriel says she lives in Cleveland now. She's at I don't know. I don't follow.
No, we knew she moved to Texas. We knew that.
No, she's not in Texas anymore.
Oh,
she's at WKYC 3 in Cleveland.
She moved to Cleveland.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, that's news to us.
I will reach out to her and say, hey, what's up? She had a baby, right?
She did. Yeah.
All right. Also, I didn't say black journalist. You misread it. That's okay. I misread a lot of things. It's fine, Gabriel. She is a black journalist.
She definitely misreads everything.
No, what I said was she's from NABJ, Arizona, NABJ, Association of Black Journalists. So, yes, that's why I use that name, black journalist, because we know her from We know her from
AZABJ, which is Arizona Association of
Black Journalists. Okay,
yes.
So he always trying to clown. Can't clown this time, homie.
Do you think this is a better look?
What?
Or this is a better look?
No, Apple ain't paying us.
No, I'm trying. It was covering up San Francisco, and I didn't want them to know I still am I'm still a faithful fan.
There you go.
Want to make sure.
No.
Want to make sure, even though we lost,
let me fix this.
They need to know that I still.
Let me make sure. No, make sure it's right. No, you gotta get it right. There we go. Right there. There you go. Perfect.
You blocked San Francisco.
And.
Okay. All right. Anyways, Jason Yu says, Stanley, what does your shirt say?
It says chicken security, and it's from Crispy Crunchy. As we take it, she just wanted to Crispy Crunchy Chicken, our new non-sponsor. The reason why we say Crispy Crunchy, and they gave us a shirt because for the first time in the history of Walmarts,
there's now Crispy Crunchy Chicken
in a Walmart.
Yes.
There's the first one ever, and this is a test one to be tested, and if it works out, they will implement them in Walmarts all around the country, possibly.
That's true.
So Crispy Crunchy is notorious for being like gas station chicken or convenience store chicken. And in some cases, I heard they're like standalone places, but I've never seen one personally. I've always seen them in a store. Our first attempt was Scottsdale, which was a fail.
Yeah.
Our second attempt was Phoenix, which we got it.
And then they changed it up on us.
Then we found out they lost their affiliation because they refused to follow the rules.
Yeah.
So we ended up buying chicken from them thinking it was Crispy Crunchy, and it was not. We learned this because we met one of the marketing experts when we went to the other one, and we talked for a long time.
Yes.
Yes, and I must have gained 100 pounds. Thank goodness I was able to walk it off.
Gabriel wrote, so someone asked if Stanley is learning Tagalog, but Stanley says he's still learning English, and Diane agrees.
Yes.
That indeed I am.
Yes.
I do agree.
My native tongue is Mandarin.
I'm going to leave that one alone. Everyone who has seen our previous podcast know that is a word.
It's a joke.
That is a word he has a very hard time saying.
Yes. Well, how do you pronounce it?
Mandarin.
Right. Thank you. I don't speak either one. I speak Ebonics was my first language. And then I broke myself of that and began to speak properly. However, speaking properly has its problems. Like when I speak, I tend to project the spit towels into Diane's face, which then she does this. And
I don't do that, but occasionally we'll go like this.
No.
And try to play it off, but it's hard.
Hella dramatic.
Anyway, so chicken security.
And
I'm not wearing mine, but I have one as well. So
yes. So that's where we got the shirt from. I'm wearing it only because we're not showing the logo a lot because we're not really being paid to talk about them.
We're not. We're not
being paid to talk about them. And we're not even getting free chicken or nothing. But
it is one of his favorite spots.
And I found out about it because of a viewer, a fan. Because we were doing the Popeyes thing. And then they had the Popeye chicken shortage. And I went to Popeyes and said, hey, can I get a chicken sandwich? And they go, I'm sorry. We were out of chicken sandwiches. And my argument was, wait, you're out of chicken sandwiches? You guys only have one job. It's called Popeyes Chicken. I'll say it again. It's called Popeyes Chicken. The only thing you sell is chicken. So why would you run out of chicken if that's your name? Just make it Popeyes and sell spinach. Now, some people won't get that one.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, okay.
I get it. I just realized Chris is in the chat. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris. Oh, Lord. What do we do now?
I don't know.
Someone wrote Stanley. Now? Love Stanley. He's so country. Yeah, I'm country, but I'm a little bit rock and roll, too. Because we also taught you something the other day you didn't know.
We taught me something?
I taught you something you didn't know.
What did you teach me?
Kiss.
Oh, Kiss the band?
Yes.
But they don't actually stand for that.
Exactly. I told you, but people say the name is Knights in the Sound of in the Service in the whatever it is. Something Kiss they thought stood for. And I've taught this my whole life. That they were a demonic band that dealt with Kiss stand for Knights in the Service of Satan, or Knights in Satan's Service or something of that matter. But you looked it up.
Yeah.
And
that apparently is a rumor that Gene Simmons said it doesn't stand for that.
Also, we found out that Janet Jackson never had hepatitis C.
I never even heard that.
That was another rumor that people put out that said that she was sick from that. But we did find out that she broke up with Jermaine Dupri because he cheated. Yeah. And we thought they were married.
And yeah.
But they were in a domestic partnership.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. So yes. Hello, Eva.
I think it's safe to say that you shouldn't go by rumors and try to get the facts, right?
So Robert Brown asked a question. Hey, Stanley, you need to explain Ebonics to the youngsters. Well, do you remember Ebonics when it was kind of a joke way back in the day? It was such a joke that I actually had a voicemail service that spoke in Ebonics because I wanted to show you just how stupid it was. And Ebonics, for those who don't know, was a vernacular that it was a way of people talk that they thought was they would say it was a ghetto form of speech, a vernacular. Mm-hmm. And they called it Ebonics. It was kind of degrading in a sense because they said that people spoke in ways that normal person couldn't understand, and they attributed it to the black community as being Ebonics. And you remember that?
I do remember that.
Am I getting it wrong? Because I want to make sure I'm not doing it wrong.
No, I just never spoke Ebonics.
I honestly didn't either, and I thought it was interesting because when I grew up, one of the biggest complaints I always thought to myself was when people would talk to me, they would say, "Oh my God, you live around white people because you sound white." Oh
yeah, I got that a lot too.
And Robert Brown. Stanley read youngsters instead of youngers, but is that what you meant? Why is Gabriel here on the correction mode? Come on, Gabriel, you got to start with the correctness every single time you get. I know you're looking for conversation, but please, at some point that gets old. Let's not do the correction thing every few minutes. I'm being serious right now. So what we want to talk about, what we're saying is that that's what happened at one point in our life, is that it was, if you spoke properly, you were considered, you hung around. Now, ironically, they said I hung around white people my whole life, and that's why I spoke or sound like a quote unquote white person. The history of me was I grew up in Camden, and there was maybe 2 or 3 white people where I lived at in total. So that was not an argument because I never was around that type of environment. I just put my head in my books and learned.
I just think it's really I don't know if stupid is the right word, but I think it's very it's wrong to say that to equate speaking proper to someone's race. I think that's dumb.
But and so as you know, we're approaching Black History Month.
Yes.
And I was a little bit perturbed yesterday because Apple put out the Black History Month thing on their phone, which I get it, but they put it out 2 days early and said, for the rest of the month, we're celebrating Black History Month. The only problem is the rest of the month ends in 2 days.
They wanted to get us started early.
But if you look at it the way it was written, you only have 2 days to be united. And after that, because they put it out 2 days too early.
No, well, I mean,
the way it was the verbal.
They said for the month of February.
No, they did not use the word February.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure. I've read it 100 times. They did not. And I took pictures of it.
Yeah, so you took pictures of it.
You keep talking and I'll read it to you verbatim. But it came on your watch, not mine for some reason.
That's because you're not wearing your watch.
No, yesterday I had my watch on the same time you had yours on. I did not get the alert.
Why? It's because I completed my January challenge.
Okay, well, I don't know what that is, but all right.
January challenge for working out.
Okay, so it said, Unity Challenge, this month, let's honor Black history and look forward to our future together. Earn this Unity Award by closing your ring.
It did say this
and then
month.
At the end says, move ring.
In a row during February.
So it did say February, but it said, they kind of buried the lead. So it was at the end of and then they gave you a picture of the hands holding hands.
Yeah.
So you're right. There was February in it, but if you read it.
He was bothered by that. And if you haven't, he's posted on Twitter.
I just thought it was, some people didn't get it. But I mean, if you're going to do Black History Month and you're saying it's starting, then do it when it starts. So send it out midnight of the 31st.
I seriously think they were just trying to get us mentally prepared.
Who? Because I didn't get it. You got it. That's why.
I got it because I just finished my January challenge. So it's letting me know as I finish my January challenge, here's what's coming up for February.
So is there an Easter challenge that comes up on February 28th?
No, the Easter's in April.
Thank you. Where was
it? Would come up after I finish my March challenge.
You're going to, does the challenge you have to march? Okay. So also I learned something today. Remember?
You guys.
What? You said March.
March the month, not March. I'm going to walk down the street.
I have a feeling they programmed it to start on Sunday because February starts this week. Well, maybe, but I'm just saying. But here now we get back, and now we get into the Black History Month, which it's good. I'm not going to say the shortest month of the year.
It is, though.
No, but every time I say it, you always say that. So I'm not going to say it's the shortest month of the year this time.
Okay.
I want to let that go without saying that it's the shortest month of the year.
Okay, but you just said it.
No, I didn't. I said I'm not going to say it, so therefore I didn't say it.
Okay.
But we learned something today that some cities were buried underwater.
Yeah.
One of them was in Georgia.
Yep.
Where it reminds me of, and it reminded me immediately of the event in Tulsa.
Black Wall Street.
Where they burned the whole town down. Mm-hmm. But in this case, they
buried the whole.
Buried the whole town.
But they waited until they killed everyone.
They killed.
Right?
They killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And they hung 2 people. They had a 1-day trial, and they were unlawful. They were, according to the story and the way I read it historically, because I started looking it up, they were found guilty. They were charged, found guilty, and killed on the same day for raping a woman that apparently, according to experts, never happened.
And this happened in 1912, correct? The same year as the Titanic.
I believe it's 1912, yes.
Yeah.
And then they proceeded to flood it and made it into a lake, that now they say that when people drown in by accident, there's a city underneath of this lake.
Yeah, they never actually tore down the city. They just built the lake on top of it.
Right. So when divers go there, it's dangerous for them because there's an entire city underwater. And that was crazy. I never saw that before.
Yep. I never heard of it.
Okay.
There's other instances too, but anyways.
All right. Yeah, there were about 100 incidents where they buried an entire city underwater and shooting, including
Central Park,
Lake Shasta, and Central Park wasn't put under a lake, but they kind of raised it and made it to a park, and that was another community that was African American. So that was pretty crazy. Learned stuff new. Didn't learn that in school.
No, but we also didn't learn about the Black Wall Street in school either.
Didn't learn that in school either.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. You start to learn stuff. The internet now has a chance to expand your brain and your knowledge.
But you also, go ahead.
But let me say this, and this is important. Do your research before you read something and take it as being face value.
That's true.
Because just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true. So what I do is once I read a story or hear a story, the first thing I do is
fact check.
I research it.
Yeah.
I look for more sources about the same story to make sure they match up. It's important because if you don't, you end up going down the. And what were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to actually say the same thing as you.
Yeah.
I was going to say make sure to check the facts. Make sure to do always more than 2 sources. I like to do 2 sources or more. Yeah.
So it's important to at least do, as a shirt I had before, journalists always have more than one source.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always have more than one source. Always double check something. Don't believe everything you read.
Right. Jason asks, is Wikipedia accurate?
No, I would not recommend Wikipedia.
Because any random person can update it.
Case in point, there's a Wikipedia for Stanley Roberts, the NBA player. But they tend to meld him with me.
They're the same person,
So to the benefit of Gabriel, whom I just chastised for correcting me all the time, he found a little spot where they said that the NBA player ate himself into a TV job.
Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible.
That sounds horrible. But they were taking, and Google's kind of to blame because Google they're doing better. I had a guy who works at Google who's been trying to fix it, but they've melded those 2 together. So my pictures and his pictures appear together. And there are some links that are connected to it that say my net worth is $900,000 to $1 million a year. I'm not.
I was like, you hiding something from me?
Exactly.
Well, so Anon says Wikipedia is somewhat accurate.
It can be.
One of the things with Wikipedia is when you just find out something new for the first time, right? You always you see it on Wikipedia, but look at another source. Look at another 2 or 3 sources, because when you look at just Wikipedia, it's kind of like if you just take it for what it is. You got your chances of it being wrong.
Yeah,
or partially wrong.
Yeah, it's Wikipedia again. is sometimes people will use. Remember when in school you learned footnotes?
Yep.
So if there are footnotes, and how do you know if a footnote? How do you know a footnote? How would you know if there's a footnote?
It usually has like a number next to it.
There's a number next to it.
And then down below at the foot,
yes,
there's the note of the source.
To quantify what was just written.
Right.
So that's your source.
Yeah.
Although, that being said, their source is not always correct. If you go right now again to Wikipedia, there's a source about Stanley Roberts, the basketball player. That links to another page about Stanley Roberts, the basketball player, but it's all about me, although I'm not that person because the numbers are all wrong. There's no one to reach out to say, hey, can you correct this? Because in a lot of people, it's anonymity. So
you don't know who's editing something. But I think Wikipedia will tell you like last edited at, and it'll tell you the time, right? Yeah, but it doesn't tell you who it's by because you can do it anonymously.
Yes, you can. Well, they've made it better now. Sorry. You
okay over there?
Apple juice bubbles.
Oh, okay.
So they made it better because now you kind of have to log in to do stuff, and you have to. So they've gotten better.
I've never tried, so
yeah. So there you
go.
So yeah. So no, it doesn't have two Stanley Roberts. There's a Wikipedia, and then there's there's two kind of Wikipedia pages. One is by the company Wikipedia, and the other one is a company called similar to it, but it's not Wikipedia. But people confuse the two.
What is it called?
Oh God, I have to look it up. And but some people go, oh, you are on, because they would not. I don't have a page. I do not have a page on Wikipedia because they don't believe there are two Stanley Roberts.
Gabriel's question: do you always drink apple juice on Sundays?
No, I drink it every chance I get. I love apple juice.
There you go.
There you go. Any chance I get. This is cold, and we can drink something, and it's better than water.
Actually, you mean better for you or better tasting?
Yeah, better tasting than water.
Oh, okay.
It has apple cider vinegar, water. Sorry, that's wrong.
Apple cider vinegar?
You know what I mean? No.
What kind of apple juice you drinking?
Where are we?
WikiLeaks. William says WikiLeaks question mark.
No, not WikiLeaks.
No, not WikiLeaks.
I have to look it up. Hold on. Let me look up. Hold on. You guys keep talking.
I don't know what kind of apple juice has apple cider vinegar in it, but
no, that was a play on words.
I definitely don't have any of his apple juice.
No.
I'm strictly by choice water.
Why did it change to Stanley Williams?
Oh, Betty Veronica's in here. Did I not? I don't think I saw you earlier. Hi, Betty.
So there's a Stanley Roberts screenwriter for Wikipedia. There's Stanley Roberts
says you have to meet as in like the food. In order to have your own Wikipedia article, you have to meet 3 criteria for notably, regardless of whoever else has the same name. He said meat as in like what we ate for dinner.
Somebody told me that they said, I showed a picture of the lamb I made, and they go, I don't eat beef.
Oh,
I'm like, all right.
Okay, well, we weren't either.
So there's also a Wikitubia, which has Mr. Badley Productions. Someone created that page.
Wikitubia?
Yeah, youtube.fandom.com.
Never heard of that.
Wikitubia, and it has Mr. Badley Productions, better known online as Mr. TV Man 1981, was a journalist reporter for Cron 4 in a segment called People Behaving Badly, which took place in the San Francisco Bay Area. So that was one of them. And then there's Stanley Roberts, a writer, and there's a bunch of them, but I don't get my own Wikipedia page. I don't qualify, even though I've made some donations to Wikipedia to keep them on the air. They still don't give me my own page.
Keep them on the air.
Whatever, I'm used to talking TV vernacular. So.
Yeah. So, look at Betty Veronica's meat. Well, I mean,
that's a meat. That's
pictures of meat. I like that.
That sounded pretty disgusting.
The last one, bacon.
Look at Betty Roberts.
Betty Roberts. I said Betty Veronica.
Second spam bot of the night. Block them. Boom. Oh, yep. I got to block them.
All right. So, was that it? Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they're blocked.
So, what's new?
What else is new? So we are launching. I told you before. So we have a new Instagram page that, ironically, when I posted it, it's already almost 500 people.
Got Ham, right?
Got Ham by the Bay. It's a complete page about ham that you can eat in San Francisco Bay. As a matter of fact, it's ham sandwiches, hamburgers, everything ham. It's called Got Ham by the Bay. The reason why I say that is because someone saw that and they said, "Oh, I totally misread that it's Got Ham Got Ham
by the Bay."
By the Bay.
Yeah.
But it's actually Gotham by the Bay.
Gotham by the Bay. It would be really. Oh yeah, it would be Got Ham. Okay.
It's Gotham by the Bay.
Gotham, yep.
We have a new Instagram page, which will be strictly, unlike anything we've done, it's strictly the stuff that goes on in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's San Francisco Bay Area specific. And if it's something to do with things that are going on, not dinners to go to, it's about the shenanigans in San Francisco. And my partner, Susan Dyer Reynolds, and I are putting things together along with Lou, who is one of our writers, and Erica, have created Gotham GBTB Media, Limited Liability Corporation. We're days away from launching gbtbmedia.com, which is gothambythebay.com, which is kind of like what this is right here. And it's going to be about everything that goes on in the Bay that probably shouldn't go on or that we're working on trying to correct. What am I missing?
William said Gotham by the Bay, sponsored by Hormel.
I love it. No, it's Got Ham by the Bay, sponsored by Hormel. Got Ham. He didn't separate it.
Got Ham. Okay.
Yeah, Hormel. Yes, exactly. So if you go to Gotham by the Bay at Instagram.com at Gotham by the Bay, you can follow us. You'll see stuff there that you will not see normally see on other pages. We're doing that now. We're trying to build it right now. So you may see some duplicates, but we try to mix it up a little bit. Also, I was invited by Instagram to do reels. So you'll start to see us doing more reels lately. We just posted one today where we made fun of, which I make fun of.
He makes fun of it. I, on the other hand, do not think it's funny.
Well, you helped me with it, and that's the fact that she changed her slippers to go 10 feet. And
it's not the fact that it's 10 feet. I have just slippers for different things. So, well, yeah, that's because we live in an apartment. But if we lived in a house, it would be a different story. So I enter the house. I take off my shoes when I get in the house. I put on my slippers for inside.
She walks
of the
3
house,
feet
for inside of the house. If I want to go outdoors to the
5
balcony,
pair of shoes,
I have another pair of slippers, which are more like sandals, to go outside. So I don't use my inside slippers outside. Unlike this one, who
I grew up in the hood. We walk in with dog crap on our shoes right into the kitchen and we eat. And somebody goes, "Do you smell crap?" And go, "Oh, I must have stepped in poop."
Oh my God.
That's how we grew up.
I am always impressed by this guy.
Okay.
Maybe impressed isn't the right word.
So
surprised.
So William wrote, "I think Gotham by the Bay is your best idea." Let me read that some more. "I only wish you started this 2 years ago. I know COVID, no. Actually.
Stated this 2 years ago.
Is that what I said?
He said stated.
I thought he meant started.
He said stated. I mean, I don't know.
I thought he meant started. I think I read it the way he meant it, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, that being said, so let me explain to you how Gotham by the Bay came about and how it even became Gotham by the Bay. Okay. We have to go back years.
Back years.
Okay. I have to go back years. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. It started when I was doing a story in Los Altos.
Oh, so he did mean started. Okay.
Yeah. I see. So I read it the way I think he meant it.
Okay.
It made common sense to read it that way.
Yeah.
So,
well, stated also means like you wish you would have said it.
I think it's called the Los Altos Herald, maybe. I'm not sure the name of the magazine. It was a little more magazine.
Okay.
And they made a comment and they said, "Oh my God, when somebody has a problem, they just put up the bat signal and you appear." So they made a story about it. I got to track that story down where they literally had a bat signal up in the air, so to speak, saying that whenever you want Stanley Roberts to show up and fix a problem, put up the bat signal. And so the nickname became Batman. I even had the sticker of Bat on my camera, a Batman sticker. I had a hat from Bat Kid. And so it became this funny, little joke. Insert Susan Dyer Reynolds. I'm going to say it right because you'll make fun if I get it wrong.
Call her Susan.
Susan. Well, I want to make sure everybody knows. She worked for the Marina Times. We never met. We've never met. But when she found out that I was now doing Mr. Valley Productions and not doing Caught Misbehaving because of COVID, she called me up. And she says, hey, I have been a huge fan of you forever. And I love what you do. And then that's when we did the first Gotham by the Bay. She said, prove to me, show me what you can do with what I have to do there. And then we'll see where we go from that point. So I went back to the Bay and it was funded by them, flight, hotel, everything. And I shot everything. I didn't make any money off of it, but I was able to get a chance to do 2 4 stories. And I was hoping that I could generate the revenue on YouTube. Didn't turn out that way. It's fine. People still looking for me on TV Man 1981. And it's hard to.
Seriously?
Oh, people are still wondering where I went.
But that page isn't even up anymore.
It hasn't been up, and people just kind of get lost. It's like in a desert, a sandstorm. They get twisted around. They walk in the wrong direction. And for me to try to tell them where I've been is the hardest thing in the world.
Okay, so newsflash. If you're looking for Stanley Roberts on TV Man 1981,
I'm now
no longer exists.
Mr. Valley Productions.
Mr. Valley Productions.
And it was harder because there was misinformation that people believed that was out there.
Yeah.
And the misinformation was perpetrated on purpose to confuse people. And it worked because people sometimes are easily confused. Did the story, we've been working on things. And then finally, she says to me, you know what? We really want to do this. I got some people that love your work that are, that have the ability to help us move this product forward. I'm all for it. So I'm like, I'm with you. Let's do this. And so now here we are. We are literally about to break bread and start doing these stories, not far away from it happening. And we're not far away from it. We have some people that are interested. Once they step up and do what they say they might or may or may not do, that will determine which direction we go. But we've built the website. I personally constructed the Facebook account and the YouTube account, because I didn't mention we also have Facebook Gotham by the Bay page.
So Instagram,
Facebook,
okay,
and Twitter.
Gotham
Gotham by the Bay.
Okay.
Follow those accounts because we're about to make history.
And if you forget or you forget how to spell Gotham by the Bay,
yes,
just think of Got Ham by the Bay.
Yes. So Got Ham by the Bay is a good way to think about it.
It's a way to remember Gotham.
Sponsored by Hormel.
Well, we wish.
And it's documentary style storytelling. So just to tell you how this works, Susan is a writer. Her job is to write. So the way now Mr. Valley Productions is still here. It's Gotham by the Bay. GBTB Media is the giant shell, and then you have Mr. Valley Productions, which is they're equal. It's writing and TV documentary style stories that come together.
Yeah, because she has her web page,
right?
With
so
articles.
the web page is going to be gbtbmedia.com.
Mm-hmm.
We expect to launch it shortly, and then there's pages with video that have all Mr. Valley stuff. So as we start to fill these things up, we are going to dig in the crates. Let me say that again. Our purpose and sole purpose of GBTB Media is to dig in the crates of what is going on in the Bay Area. Trust me on this one. We are going to start turning over stones and see what's underneath of it. Remember people behaving badly? Well, this is people behaving badly on steroids. It's about to get messy. And I'm happy that we can do this because this is what I love to do. I love to dig in the crates. I want to be able to tell you what's going on, honestly. And you've been here. I've been on the phone with officials in San Francisco, and you heard some of the comments that come out of their mouth because we're talking on speakerphone. They can't wait for me to get there because not everybody in the city is for what's going on. So it's going to get messy. Yes, it is going to get messy in San Francisco. I swear on my mama's urn that's behind me that things are about to get messy because I'm tired of watching what's been going on in San Francisco. You were born and raised there. I lived there for 20 years. I have an invested interest in San Francisco and everything around it. So follow us on Facebook. Just remember Gotham by the Bay, or in your case, Got Ham by the Bay, sponsored by.
I'm just saying, if you can't remember how to spell Gotham for some weird reason, the easy way to remember it is just Got Ham. Gotham by the Bay.
Yep, and we're doing business as, you ready for this? GBT. The company is GBTB Media LLC, but it's also Gotham by the Bay, as we said, Gotham TV, and what's the other one? Come on, help me out here.
You tell me.
Oh, I thought you was listening.
I am listening.
Gotham Nation.
Oh yeah, Gotham Nation.
So what is Gotham Nation about? Well, in my idea, and we're just doing it right now, is that I can see this being bigger than just the Bay Area.
Gotham Nation is for nationwide?
It's for nationwide, if we can do it. If we can pull it off in the Bay, I feel we will be expanding to other cities. So Gotham Nation will give us the ability to do that without having to look for a new name. All been legally secured. The documents showed up, all paid for. So we are legit ready to do this. There will be information. Yes, we will be getting information from whistleblowers. And if you have video of something in San Francisco that you think is worth showing that you can give to us, we will definitely use it. We definitely have a spot where you can upload your videos. We'll look at them. But here's the important catch. You have to own the video. You can't give me a video that you got from Frank, who got from George, who got from Will, who got from Susan, and no one knows where it came from. And there was a question by Gabriel, is that, will Jenny shall be part of this? No. At this point, that is not in the cards. But I never say absolutely no, but I will say no for right now. We have 4 people, and we'll figure out which way we go from there. But that's just, and the 3 are video or writing side. I'm the only video side. So there we go. What?
Oh, nothing. I was just listening to you.
All right.
But I also wanted to grab your hand in the process.
To tell me to stop talking?
Oh, no, just to grab your hand.
Oh, okay. Because normally that's your signal. Shut up.
No, that's not my signal. I don't grab your hand and tell you to be quiet.
You go.
I just want to grab your hand to hold it.
Okay.
I'm a very affectionate person, so me holding his hand is not a big deal.
All right. Not a big deal.
It's also not a cue to shut up either. Ow, that hurts.
That was affection. That was not a cue to shut up.
Anyways.
All right. So what else? Anything you got?
Do I have anything new?
Yeah, because I'm going to tell one of my stories. But
tell your story.
No.
You
got. I want to make sure I get what story I want to tell first.
I don't think I have anything new.
Nothing new.
I mean, no. The Niners lost. I'm a little bummed. I'll get over it. Warriors are doing well.
So you're going to burn your shirt now?
No, I'm not one of those fans that if you don't do right by me, I'm going to leave you. I'm faithful. I'm loyal. Faith is in my name. It is my name. So therefore, no, I will not be burning this.
Do I see this expand to Arizona with what Jason, I said nationwide, and here's the deal. There is a agreement that I can't use Mr. Caught Misbehaving in Arizona, but Gotham Nation is not under any contract. So possibly yes.
Oh, hell, Gabriel, are they down to 47ers? No, they're not.
That's funny because
I'm mad that you took his joke and you're just running with it.
They're back to the 48ers, so now they owe us one again. I'm sorry. I know you're a big fan, but you know.
That's okay. My 49ers made it farther than your Steelers, so we're good.
What did I say last week? What did I say last week?
Well, the Steelers.
What did I say last week?
And isn't Ben Roethlisberger?
What did I say last week?
Isn't he retiring?
Second place is the first loser. Doesn't matter.
We're not second place though.
Second place for the AFC Championship.
Second place is whoever loses the Super Bowl.
No, they're just losers.
You're so encouraging.
Yes, I am Mr. Encouraging.
So no, I have nothing new.
All right. So my next story is a little bit of me misbehaving or caught misbehaving before it was caught misbehaving or before it was people behaving badly.
Oh, what'd you do?
Well,
was this before we met?
Yes, long before we met.
Oh, I'm scared to hear this.
Yes, it involves explosives and crossing international borders and my mom and
fireworks?
Yeah.
You told the story already.
Never told it on here.
Are you sure?
Okay, then I'll switch it then.
Tell it. Tell it. I thought you told it, but I could be wrong. Gabriel will tell us the date in which you told it.
Gabriel, when did I tell the story about the fireworks coming across the Mexico border? You know the date. Tell me. So if I said it, I'm not going to repeat it. And then if that, I'll move on to something different, like when I worked for LAPD.
Then he looks up divorce lawyers. Why? Because you're mean to me about my 49ers?
No, because I came across international borders with explosives when I was very young.
Yes, you did tell on here. I'll think of the date in a few minutes. Okay.
Oh, well then, see, I already told the story, so I'm moving on to a different story.
Okay.
A lot of people know about me is that I worked with LAPD for a while.
We knew that about you already.
A lot of people didn't know that.
I have a feeling it was June 20 or 27, 2021.
All right. And people don't know that for the time I was with them, we did a lot of things.
I knew that.
We did a lot of things, a lot of stories.
I knew that.
Matter of fact, I worked for Shooting Newton.
I knew that.
There wasn't a person who was Shooting Newton.
This is a, what do you call it, a police department?
What's your number?
Oh, I don't remember
that. No, the station number. Each one has a number. So Central was 01. Shooting Newton.
Was Newton 12?
13.
13, I was close. Okay.
So Shooting Newton and Newton Division was part of LAPD. It's a division in LA that has the entire division is pretty much impoverished.
Is that the one where we walked in? There were like all the guns on the wall.
That was the old building. That was the new building.
Okay.
So remember the movie
End of Watch?
End of Watch.
Mm-hmm.
That was filmed from Shooting Newton. So basically, that being said, I worked for Shooting Newton back when it was in the old building. And I worked for a TV series, LAPD, the TV series, which then became LAPD Life on the Beat. So the original name was LAPD, the TV series. And if you go to my YouTube page, there's a snippet of one of the videos I worked on. And it was an interesting job because I legit rode with the cops every single day. Mm-hmm. Every day I rode with me and a sound man. And the one thing that's on there is a story of the crash we got in. And our job was to look for what we call rolling stolens. So what's a rolling stolen? It's a car that was stolen that is still on the road riding around. So we want to catch them while they're in the car because then you get them for Grand Theft Auto. I'm riding around with two officers.
Do I block them or report a bot?
Yeah, just block. And there you go. Thank you. Okay. So good job. You just blocked your first person. Give me a fist bump on that. All right. So I could probably recover the data for about $600. Okay. He's still trying to recover old Millennial Booms. He messed them up.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, that being said, we were riding around, and it was a slow day. I know, slow day in Newton Division. I mean, there wasn't much going on, but you never want to say it's quiet because when things go quiet, it goes sideways, is what they say.
Oh, Matt B.
Thank you, Matt B, for the Matt B. Thank you, Matt, for the super chat donation of $20.
He says, let's all take a moment and recognize how awesome Stanley Roberts is.
Thank you, everybody. $20 awesome Stanleys. Love it.
You are very awesome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Awesome. Chicken security. So anyway, back to where I was before. So I was in the car with two officers, and that video is on the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So you can see it on there. It's LAPD, the TV series. They gave me the video because I worked for them. So I put it up because it was on 3/4 inch, which is the old version. So I needed to double down to digital. We were riding around, and then just how it worked out was we were like, okay, there's nothing going on. Let's go get something to eat. Let's go get something to eat. So we pull into a Jack in the Box. Yeah, fast food. And yes, South Central is, it's Newton Station. That's the new one, but we were at the old station a long time ago. So anyway, we pull into a Jack in the Box. And the car in front of us was a Jeep. Mm-hmm. And it had the license plate, and I still remember this clear as day, CJ Wrangler.
Okay.
CJ Wrangler. And they decided to run the plate. Now, do me a favor while I'm talking. Go in the closet and grab me that black jacket. It's on the very end over there.
Closet?
No, right there.
This closet?
Yeah, just go grab it for me real quick.
Okay.
And so when we were doing that, it should be at the very end over there. The other side. There we go. That's it. We run the plate. The plate comes back.
This one?
Stolen. Yeah.
Columbia.
No, that's not it. Not Columbia. So the officer gets excited. We know it's about to go down.
It's about to go.
So here's the deal. We were supposed to light the car up, and light the car up means turn on the lights and pull it over when we got backup. But sometimes people get a little bit excited and they kind of jumped the gun. So she let him up while we were at the intersection before we had backup. Because
That's
the
scary.
boot, which is the person who's in training, they call them boots. They're a trainee, and she was a training officer, said, put out the call that we were on such and such a street. But it turns out that the call she put out had us on the wrong street. So all the backup was looking for us on the street over.
Ooh.
It happens. Numbered streets, sometimes you think you're on one street and you're one street over.
Mm-hmm.
So as we pull over, she pulls the car over and then she jumps out. Now, here's where it gets funny for me. So the officer jumps out of the car. I jump out with a huge camera, shooting right down the barrel of her gun. I'm behind her, so she's not pointing at me. I'm shooting towards the car. And she's got her gun out and she says, freeze, or something where she said that line. You can watch the video and hear what she actually says. And then the guy rabbits, which means he takes off.
Mm-hmm. In the car. Uh-huh.
And I'm still standing outside the car with the camera. She's getting in the car. I'm trying to get back in the car with a huge camera.
That's scary. Have you ever thought of you might actually get shot?
I wasn't worried about getting shot. That's fear is not it's not my middle name.
Okay.
So as and maybe I'm too dumb to be scared. I don't know which one it is. So as if you look at the video for a brief second, you'll see my foot on the ground and the car moving because I'm halfway in the car and halfway out the car while she's driving away. Because at this point, she's focused on catching the guy, not about this guy in the back seat with a camera.
Yeah.
Got a sound guy next to me. He's holding the sound, and we had two.
Is he outside of the car too?
No, he's inside with the boom mic because they're mic'd. Mm-hmm. But I need to be out to shoot the video. At least in my mind, I need to be out too in case, I could have stayed in the car, but I thought it made great video to jump out the car. Because that's what I do. I jump out. I want to get that shot, And I look down. The car is moving. I'm halfway in the car. One foot still on the ground. The car is starting to move away. Luckily, I put my foot up. I jumped in the car, and we started taking off. Lights and siren. Now, we also had to, before we did this shoot, required setup. We don't just jump in the car with a camera. We literally had to go into the car, and I wired the car for 2 cameras. Mm-hmm. One camera facing the boot and one camera facing the training officer. And so you can't see us. You can only see them. That's the way we made it so you don't see us in the back. Mm-hmm. Going down, I think it was Avalon Boulevard at about, according to the cop that did the investigation, about 77 miles an hour in full traffic. We even in and out. And then she sees a school bus. So she decides to brake. And it seemed like the brake from eternity because we literally had, and the joke I always made was, as we slammed on the brakes, you could hear the skids and you could see us just out of control going down Avalon Boulevard. And the joke I always made was, it was so long and it was slow motion that I baked cookies, I made some lemonade, I baked some biscuits. That's how long it seemed like while you're in the car and you're skidding, unknowing how this is going to end. Was I afraid I was going to die? Fear didn't even cross my mind. It was, again, my stupidity of being me without that fear. It's that I'm the guy that runs towards danger. I've never been known to run away from danger. When people are also fleeing a dangerous situation, for some reason, I run towards it. I don't know. So
if I'm like with you and there's a dangerous situation and I'm running away, are you going to be running towards
Remember the shooting in Philadelphia? Yeah. I grabbed everybody and pulled them to the side.
I lost you guys, though.
But what did I do, though, with my 2 daughters?
Yeah,
I grabbed them and I pulled them to the side. I didn't go, oh, my God, they're shooting, and take off. I grabbed them, and what did I do? I found a pole to stand by because people cannot run over a telephone pole. They have to go around it. Mm-hmm. So I had my 2 girls protected. You weren't that far away because you didn't lose us. Because in Philadelphia, it's huge.
Well, everyone was just kind of running in between us, I think. So I lost you guys for like a split second.
Yeah.
Because I turned and I was like, I didn't know where. I didn't see. It
was like a stampede. Remember, it was like a stampede.
Yeah.
Because they thought they heard shots fired.
Yeah.
So back to this whole story in Philly.
No, not Philly, L.A.
In L.A. Sorry. So back to the story in L.A. So we crashed and we hit a pole. Now there was a moment where I saw a pole. And I saw a building, which was a store. And I was like, okay, which one are we going to hit? Mm-hmm. Because we're out of control at this point. There's no, and all you hear is the video with, we beeped it. So she's going SHIT, trying to get control of the car. It was an old Crown Vic, old one. So it's like way back in the day, Crown Vics, the ones that are like heavy as can be. Mm-hmm. And so we hit a light standard, the old ones that are supposed to give. And then I jump out the camera, and you see me look over, and there's a helicopter goes flying by. So we lost the guy. And it turns out that they caught him later after he crashed a bunch of cars. Mm-hmm. And the long version of the story was that they were going to air was that, they got the guy, and it was turned to be a juvenile. So they couldn't put him in lockup. They had to put him in a room. Uh-huh. And I went in the back room, and I was like, he was sitting on the floor in the room because he couldn't go anywhere. So he was a minor. So we couldn't show him because he was a minor. But going back to the actual crash, I wasn't wearing a seatbelt when this went down because I need to be able to. I can't put a seatbelt on, jump out the car, put a seatbelt back on. It doesn't work that way when you have a BVW 700, which is a Sony camera. It's one piece with a lens, and the lens is separate. And since I had a sound man, it didn't have a mic on it. All the audio went through him. It was wireless sound. So all that was all together. But I realized at some point that if I had crashed and I didn't know what we were going to hit, that if I don't do this right, I'm going to go through the windshield because I know how impact works. Everything that's moving wants to keep moving, and everything that's stopped wants to stay stopped. So when that car hit and came to an abrupt, I was still traveling at 77 miles an hour inside the car. So what I did was I shoved my knees down underneath of the back of the car, so that way centrifugal force would shove me down instead of up and over. So when we impacted, the impact of my body pushing against the front seat, pulled the car seat out of the bolts on the ground and that were connected to the car. That's how much
and that's
force.
Where she was sitting?
She was sitting there. That's how much force my body weight, and I was small then. I was smaller than I am now. Yeah. My body weight pushed the seats, the rivets out of the seats, but I did not go out the window. So
did she go out the window?
She didn't go out. She did not go out the window either because she had a steering wheel in front of her and a body armor.
Sheesh.
And so here's the crazy part. So this is when I got my first experience at writing police reports, because I had to write a police report for LAPD just like the cops had to write a police report, and I had to write everything in law enforcement vernacular as to what happened, how it happened, and when it happened. And one of the things they asked me was, were they wearing seatbelts? Well, I don't know. The cameras didn't show if they were wearing seatbelts, and I don't know. I'm looking through the camera lens. So I wrote, I do not know. I was looking through the camera at the time, right? And so the lieutenant comes to me and goes, you're just like the rest of these cops. He refused to let me, he said, I wrote that thing, just keep them out of trouble. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it, though. I can't write what I didn't see.
Yeah.
So I can't, it wasn't like I made it up. If I didn't see it, I can't write about it.
Yeah, you don't want to say something and it
because
not be true.
In the law, in the world of law, everything has to be what you've seen, not what you heard. Because you ever heard the old saying, and I said to you the other day, and it's very simple, is that it's not what you see. It's hearsay is inadmissible in court.
Yeah.
So that was how the story ended.
Did you show your jacket?
Oh, so I got two things.
You let me go over and get it, and then you even
show it. So this is official Newton crash. So crash stood for Community Resources Against Street Hoodlums.
Hoodlums?
Hoodlums. Yeah, that was the name.
Hoodlums?
They were called hoodlums back then.
Hood?
This is a rare jacket, Newton crash. It shrank because I washed it one time, so I can't really fit it anymore. Mm-hmm. But I think if I'm right, is there something on the sleeve? Oh yeah. So here's my name, Roberts. So they gave me this as a gift, and I have a plaque on the wall that they gave me from the crash, and they said you can just toss it over there.
No, hold on to it.
And the plaque that I got from LAPD says, "Welcome to the Suicide Squad," because we did everything out there, and I was just like these guys. We went door knocks at 6 a.m. What's a door knock? You know what a door knock is? No, not really what it is. It doesn't sound like what it is.
It's like.
Does anybody out there know what a door knock is?
It's like LAPD.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Yeah, it was a Caprice, not a.
Oh, okay.
It was a Caprice, right?
I didn't watch the video, so I wasn't sure.
And so, ironically, those cars are solid. So she chipped the front end of the Caprice.
Okay.
Now, if it had been a car nowadays, it would have been total.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would have been total. It would have been a total wreck.
Why do they make cars like?
Because the lighter you make the car, the more See, cars aren't better emissions because of the better engine.
Yeah.
They make them lighter.
To make.
So if you have to move less it cuts back on how much you have to move. So if you have a bus and it's empty, it will get more mileage than a bus full.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. They do make engines better. I will say that, like hybrid and what have you. But the point I'm trying to make is that the lighter the car, the better the gas mileage. The lighter the tires.
But not necessarily so great if you're in a crash.
Right. So I did, yeah. So thank you. So Massa Wells, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I think so.
So door knocks are a SWAT team, guys. They come to your house when they have a warrant for you. And I won't give away tactics, but let me put it this way. There's a certain time of the day when the bad guys are not fully awake. And a door knock is around that time of the day. Okay, 6 a.m.
He already put it out there.
At 6 a.m., we rolled up with a SWAT team. And they gave me full access. They gave me full access with the SWAT team. So when we did a door knock, I was right there. It was so funny because they would pepper spray the pit bulls. The pit bulls would, yeah, do that again. But the German Shepherds would take off. It was hilarious. Pit bulls were like, yeah, I do it all day long. Keep it up. German Shepherds were like, nope, I didn't pay for this. Didn't sign up for this stuff. They're gone. But you do door knocks because they catch you. They've gone into houses where there's houses full of guns, full crack cocaine sitting out on tables, money in boxes, and they take them and they hook them up and they take them out. And then I'm in there looking at all this stuff. So Easy and Icy told the world about 6 a.m, police at my door.
Yeah.
Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor. So that is when the cops are coming to your door at 6 a.m. That's because they know that most bad guys don't go to sleep till like 3. Because they're out partying till 3 a.m. They follow. See, there you go. They got you.
Oh,
they party till 3 a.m. And then at 6, they just about to fall asleep. And then flashbangs and door knocks, and here we go. And then they all get rolled out. Rolled out.
That's a different song.
I know. So yes. And what else was it? It was not only that, but there were other things that we've done where, like, I remember I laughed because we confiscated a gun from a minor who had accidentally shot her dad's finger off.
Ooh.
And so he took the gun and they put it in the trunk of the car. And I watched too much TV apparently, because they go, "Hey, Stanley, can you grab that gun out the car?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, that's a trap."
Fingerprints.
So right? I grabbed a pencil like in the movies, and I'm holding like this, and they're laughing at me, going, "I knew you were going to do that." But my favorite part of Newton was the pranks. And you know I'm a prankster.
I know you are.
Yeah. So the prank was to put either shaving cream on the earphone on the headset, and then say, "Hey, you got a phone call." And then they go like this, and poof.
Oh my gosh.
But the best one was putting the ink for fingerprint ink on the binoculars.
Oh, that's messed up. Oh no.
So we go out on a stakeout and we put the ink, and you're like this. And they're looking around, right? And we're laughing because we know that when they take them down, it's gonna have ink ring.
That's so messed up. Oh my gosh.
So we literally put and of course, me being me, I thought it was funny. Yeah. They got me too.
Oh, how did they get you?
It's the same thing with the whipped cream.
Oh, okay.
Or the
so
shaving
fell
cream.
For your own jokes?
No, it was their jokes. I learned it from them.
Or their own pranks.
But then, of course, I don't know how to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to prank the lieutenant.
Oh no.
Yeah, he wasn't too big on getting pranked. So what you do is you do an outside call and you say, "Hey, there's a call for Lieutenant such and such." He comes over to grab the phone because back then you didn't have it was old-fashioned phones. It wasn't cell phones. Mm-hmm. Who did this? They threw me under the bus so fast. It was okay. He laughed later, but I was like, I couldn't help it. I want to see how far up the food chain I can do it.
He is a prankster. I have to say, do you prank me every day? Almost every day.
I prank you a lot.
He does prank me a lot.
But my biggest pranks were when I worked at Integrated Device Technology in Salinas.
Yes, IP freely.
IP freely. Yep. Okay. Before we wrap this up.
Okay.
Serious notes.
Serious notes?
Serious notes.
Oh, man. Betty Veronica says Stanley's laugh is the best. Gabriel says, I say it's second to Diane's.
Oh, somebody wrote, Gene Washington wrote, as a Raiders fan, I have no dog in this hunt. However, I'm glad that neither the Chiefs or the 49ers are in it. If I were to choose a team, I guess it would be the Bengals.
I didn't see that one. Is that on another
It
platform?
might be. Let me see where he's at.
I like Cine Presto said, "Hey, nice shirt."
Oh,
man.
you know who that
Thank
is, right?
you.
You know who that is, don't you?
Who? I can't see who that.
That's Preston.
I couldn't see.
Cino Presto?
Oh, is it?
My editor?
Oh, hi.
Yes.
I didn't know that. He's on Twitch.
Yes, he's twitching.
Really? Wait, who said that?
I'm trying to get to it, but my system is a little different from your system. So Gene Washington's on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Gene. So yeah, I have a friend who doesn't like that name, Dog in the Hunt, so I don't do that one. Yes, so I did we talked about refrigerators running prank, but we laughed about how sometimes I do a prank and I can't stop laughing in the process of trying to do the prank.
Oh yeah, so therefore he gives it away.
So like I would call up and say, my old friend in the apartment is, hey, can you check to see if your refrigerator is running? Or the one that made me laugh the hardest was when I called a tobacco store in New Jersey, Camden. And I said, hey, do you have Prince Albert in a can? Right? And so the answer is, can you let him out before he suffocates? But that's not how I delivered it. So I delivered it like this. It's like this.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? And they go, yeah, we do. And I'm supposed to say, let him out before he suffocates. But it's like, oh, wait, I forgot to tell the joke. So I'm laughing so hard, I forget to tell the joke because I can't tell it because it's so funny in my head that I'm already laughing and I can't. And I'm like, and so it finally comes out.
At that point, did they hang up on you?
At that point, the joke is over with. I couldn't even tell the joke. So just like my old job, I used to do, different things to the security. I will call outside line and say, can I speak to certain people? And I got some of them from watching the Simpsons. They were notorious for calling up people and making jokes. But the one joke that I did was one that got me in trouble, but at the same time, it was funny. So I need to speak to Mr. Freely.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know his name, but I know his first initials are IP. And so they say, hold on, the security. And they say, IP Freely 4220. And then it thinks for a second. And they go, IP, oh, man, click. And I'm in tears.
You're so bad.
I worked I worked with chemicals, so I was a chemical technician for integrated device technology in Salinas, and I was laughing. I was like peeing my pants laughing. It was so funny.
So you peed freely.
I peed freely, yes, but I didn't really pee myself. But it was funny because they were so dumb. So I had to get my job interview review.
And did you get a?
And so they're talking to me, and they go, "Yeah, you're doing great work, but can you do us a small favor? I know they're not that bright, and if you can get them, I understand. But stop pranking the security. Don't prank. I know that they're dumb enough to fall for it, but please, no more. It's because I got them with like 6 different ones. I can't remember what they were, but they were funny, and most of them were derived from The Simpsons. So I laughed. Bye, Terrence. He said, Seymour Butts. Oh, yeah, that's one.
Oh, yeah, Seymour Butts.
Yeah, can I speak to Seymour? I think his last name is, can I speak to Mr. Butts? Seymour Butts, 4220. Seymour Butts, 4220. I know what it was. What? I remember now. Also, that brought back memories. Ida Dumgard.
Oh, that's so messed up.
Can I speak to Mr. Dumgard, please? Do you have a first name? It's Ida. No, can I speak to Ida? No, can I speak to Mrs. Dumgard? Do you have a first name? I believe it's Ida. Ida Dumgard, 4220. Ida Dumgard, 4220. And I literally did that like a dozen times, and they never got it. They kept paging Ida Dumgard. And then they finally figured out what the IP Freely was.
I can't.
No, they never pranked me. They wanted to keep me out of the building.
When's the last time Diane has pranked Stanley?
She doesn't do good with pranks.
I don't do good with pranks because I either do what he does and I laugh before I'm done doing it, or he can figure out just by looking at me that I'm up to something.
Diane is, no disrespect, I'm saying in advance, is gullible when it comes to pranks. She is gullible to the fact that if I really pull a really good prank, she won't realize it's even a prank until I have to explain to her that it was a prank.
That's true.
So I have to actually explain the prank to her before she realizes that she was pranked, because she will go around wandering around thinking that she really fell for something that was true. And I've done a few that I'm like, this is not working because she doesn't even know it's a prank. Right? Or I'll tell her something that I think is funny. And she'll be like, I don't get it. I don't get it. What was that
That's
one?
True too.
What was the one the other day where you had to literally think about that for a minute? And I was like, I said it to you, and it was like, and you were like, I don't get it. And I had to explain it to you verbatim what it meant.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? It was something because you could not remember what it was. And,
I still can't remember.
All right. So that was it. Those are very old ones, and I'm the old with the jokes. And I'm also, now that TikTok's out, I'm finding some really good TikToks that are actually pretty funny. Some dad jokes that are pretty good lately.
Those dad jokes, I swear.
And it's funny because they call them dad jokes, but I never really expected me being a dad joke kind of person.
You are a dad joke kind of person.
Well, anytime you don't like it, something they call it a dad joke. All right. I think we've kind of dad joked out this thing. We had a great time.
Gabriel says, people say I don't have a sense of humor, but the truth is nobody understands my sense of humor.
Diane's planning. She's going to prank you when you least expect it. I'm going to say no.
Hey, you never know.
Because, Diane she's one of those people that
I tried to do one.
She's extremely honest.
I am.
So to do a prank would be being dishonest. So for her to prank me would mean she would have to go against her moral character of telling something that is not true in the attempt to fool me, which she has a hard time doing.
I do.
I can pull a prank because I've been a prankster my whole life.
Does that mean you can be dishonest with me?
No. Remember the prank I pulled on my buddy Brian?
No.
So this is our last story, and I'm going with it. My buddy Brian, we were hardcore buddies. He dated a girl named Grace. They were inseparable until they weren't. So then one day they broke up. I'm sad to hear that. A couple weeks went by. They were broke up. And then I see Brian. And I saw Grace a few days before. He goes, well, how is Grace? And I said, oh, I forgot to tell you. She missed her period. And let's just say the look on his face, if you would take a picture of the look on his face, I said, oh, and she's gaining weight.
Oh my God.
And I didn't tell him that it was a prank for about a month.
You are so bad.
Oh, yeah. I loved it. That being said, when he finally figured out the joke, when I finally told him I was just messing with him.
Did you tell him it was the joke, though, or he found out from Grace?
No, I told him.
Oh, okay.
I said, dude, I'm just messing with you. She ain't pregnant. She don't care about you. She moved on. He was he was done. He thought he was cooked. He thought his goose was cooked.
Was he about to beat you up?
No, but he had just got a promotion. He was a lieutenant for the state of California for Department of Corrections. Mm-hmm. He had just got a promotion. He thought he was done. He thought his goose was cooked, the whole 9 yards. And as a journalist, do you hate April Fool's Day? I love April Fool's Day, even as a journalist. I just don't like it if you prank someone with something that can be hurtful or cause damage in long term. So nowadays in America, April Fool's Day seems to be every day with misinformation out there. So as a journalist, I don't like misinformation, although I do like a good joke. Is that fair enough?
I never prank him on April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Because I just really can't come up with anything that he'll
I love this one.
for.
See if you can guess this one.
What?
Fool me once. This is by William, by the way. Shame on you. Fool me
twice. Oh, fool me. You can't get fooled again.
Yeah. Who's that from? Famous quote.
George W.
There you go. Are you sure it was George W?
George W. Bush. Yeah, because HW is senior.
Okay. There you go. Yes. He said that thing, and it was so also.
That was really funny. I think who used that in a song? Someone used him saying it incorrectly in a song too.
Yeah, they do that all the time. And just like, people misquote people all the time. Like they misquoted Sarah Palin is saying, I can see Alaska from my house. I had a poll, and she never
You
said
made
that.
Russia beep. She lived in Alaska.
That's what I meant. Russia from my house. I had a poll, and 75% of people thought that was true. The actuality is it was Tina Fey, Saturday Night Live. All right. I'm Millennial.
I'm a boomer.
And we have to say goodnight, guys. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. We went overtime today by 11 minutes.
We did? Well, we did start late, too.
We did start. No, it doesn't matter. We still went an hour and 11 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So you asked me if we were going to go an hour, and I said, I don't know. So we didn't go an hour. We went an hour and 11 minutes.
As you would say, fair enough.
Fair enough. Hey, guys, we love you. Thank you for hanging out with us. What's so funny?
You.
Say goodbye before we hang
Good
out.
night.
No, I'm telling them to say goodbye because they always say goodbye, and we always hang up before we say goodbye.
Have a great week. We will see you next Sunday, but we won't see you the Sunday after.
No, we don't really care anymore. None of our teams are playing.
Oh, I still want to watch the Super Bowl. We'll see, but we'll see you next week. The Pro Bowl is next week, right?
The Pro Bowl is next week, and where's it going to be at?
Vegas, in Ashtray.
In the giant ashtray on the side of the 15.
Is it the 15?
Yes.
2:15.
15.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Millennial Boom with Diane, Faith, and Stanley Roberts. Millennial Boom and Reasons Why Aliens Will Never Invade Earth and Caught Misbehaving videos are made possible through viewer donations. Check out www.linktree.com/MrBadleyTV to see how you can help. See you next week.